Sunday time.
To avoid enemy ground-to-air weapons attacks. Notice that maintains control of the 6-ship formation as each member demonstrates sharpened skill levels to hold its present position. Selects the best approach path. A pair of fighters will be released from the formation to check for any air-to-air threats. The best way to look behind your check 6 is to turn into each other and cross as close as possible. Let's watch now. Let's watch for the cross. The solos will now introduce you to a 3-dimensional maneuver, the lead turn guns pass. When 2 aircraft of similar capability meet head-on, the first aircraft to initiate a turn towards the opposing aircraft gains an advantage by getting behind and into a firing position to achieve a win. It takes knowledge of geometry and physics to know how to maneuver the fighter aircraft to accomplish this. Watch now as the lead solo maneuvers his aircraft in a lead turn and instantly 6 o'clock guns position. Right behind his opponent, the wing solo. Differently depending on the situation. The opponent can meet as close as possible to avoid the turning advantage, or there may be the option to blow through in order to regain energy to fight or to offer the chance to escape. Watch now as the 2-ship formation returns from the right to engage the 4th ship now entering from the left. With a closure rate of more than 320 miles an hour, the 2-ship must weigh the odds of turning to flight or choosing to bug out. As the 4th ship formation turns away, watch from the left as the solos escape and quickly change their minds and decide to pitch back to the fight. A snap vector command is called in order to quickly return to the encounter. Watch as the solos perform a search for the formation. Now for the 4-ship formation. The solos have discovered more than expected, though. The Delta has switched to a line abreast, or as we call it, a wall of SNJs. This formation is the same flight position used when the Steam Skytypes messages all across the country. On command from the leader, now the Skytypers will execute a 90-degree turn to the right. Once in trail, they must rejoin and regroup into a more effective formation in order to continue their mission. These aircraft each weigh about 5,500 pounds and use a 600 horsepower supercharged 9-cylinder radial engine, the Pratt & Whitney R1340. Look straight ahead, there's our two solos, performing what they like to call the purge. Now watch the two solos perform the guns cheat, trying to avoid enemy fire. Forward air controller aircraft, also called FACs, have approached the area and confirmed there is enemy equipment on the ground. 4 aircraft are called now in to strafe the target. Look to your left, ladies and gentlemen, as the flight of 4 aircraft approaches the enemy target. This formation is often seen in wartime movies and documentaries. The aircraft will roll in on a high strafe angle to fire on the targets below. Let's watch now as our two solos do a little pre-strafe. Strafe guys are right at Airshow Center. Gentlemen from the front, as our 4 ship approaches back toward the targeted area. The solos now high overhead. How about that, ladies and gentlemen, the GEICO Skytypers. For its next coordinated maneuver, the GEICO Skytypers would like to invite you to learn a little bit more about their sponsor, GEICO Insurance. GEICO can assist you with all types of insurance needs. During its 78-year history, GEICO has received a long list of first honors, awards, and customer testimonials. Over 12 million private passenger customers and 20 million vehicles, GEICO's focus and care for people can be seen in every aspect of its operations. The Skytypers partner with GEICO to promote and educate people about GEICO's insurance products and services through team appearances just like this, Skytype messages, and Airshow performances. Our thanks to GEICO Insurance for sponsoring GEICO Skytypers. Now our two solos are rejoining, and they'll be slightly in front of our four-ship formation. Let's watch and see what the GEICO Skytypers have in store for us now. It's a big heart in the sky saying how much they love Rhode Island. Look at that, folks. A big heart in the sky with our GEICO Skytyper Flight of 4 coming right through the center. Special pass. The GEICO Skytypers would like to recognize the men responsible for keeping these vintage aircraft in such fine shape. The aircraft technicians are Keith Urso, Frank Atria, Stan Ruth, and Greg Coons. We'd also like to recognize another key member on our team, Advanced Pilot and Ground Operations Officer, Mr. Jim Redford. These aircraft are operated most of the year in the New York metro area and are based at the Republic Airport in Farmingdale, Long Island. If you'd like to see photos, videos, or simply get more information on the team, please follow them on Facebook and Twitter under GEICO Skytypers, or visit the team's website at GEICOSkytypers.com.
What do I do to have the gecko on the plane?
In addition, you can also check out their YouTube channel, that's another favorite, for some great videos, including the Information webisode series. These webisodes provide an insider's look at the life of a GEICO Skytypers performer. You can also find links to our associated sponsors, including Gulf Coast Avionics and Tulsa Aircraft Engines. Together as a team and now in a single Delta formation, the GEICO Skytypers would like to dedicate their next maneuver to the men and women in our armed services and all of those who support the United States military.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare for the GEICO Skytypers Fan Pass at Airshow Center. Here they come. This is for all the men and women in the United States Armed Forces. A big round of applause for each and every one of them. Watch now as the GEICO Skytypers show you how all military aircraft, including the military performance jet teams, rejoin into a single formation. The Skytypers will perform another 90-degree turn to set up for their rejoin to a Delta formation. As the lead aircraft starts a turn and smokes for identification, the other aircraft add power and put their nose in front of the lead in order to fly a shorter distance. Each pilot must be aware of the position of all aircraft so they can rejoin as quickly and safely as possible. The flight leader is the forwardmost member of the formation and is responsible for the direction and integrity of the entire flight. The wingmen must maintain their respective positions while constantly referencing the flight lead. The majority of pilots on the team earned their wings through military training in the United States Air Force, the Navy, and the Marines. Many became commercial airline pilots after completing their military service. Let's watch now as the GEICO Skytypers prepare for their pitch to landing.
All right.
Now in the Delta formation as they descend towards the show center to complete the final maneuver, the Delta pitch to land. Let's give a big round of applause. 2, Ken Johansson. 3, Chris Orr. 4, Bob Johansson. And 5, Steve Salamars. 6, Tom Daly. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 GEICO Skytypers. Skytypers would like to thank you, the audience, for supporting their air show and its great sponsors. Please stop by and talk with the folks at the GEICO tent today to get a team picture and some really cool GEICO gifts. Remember, 15 minutes could save you 50% or more. Available right now at geico.com. Again, a big round of applause for our GEICO Skytypers and everyone involved there. With their team, a huge operation. You can go down there and check some stuff out there at the GEICO tent immediately following this performance.
Fox rolling in. Really?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, there is absolutely no smoking on the ramp. Jet fuel and aircraft fuel do not mix well with cigarettes. Just because you don't see one around, that doesn't mean it's all right. We have lots of airplanes out there on the ramp. We do not need a smoking hazard. So please, no smoking anywhere here on the Airshow ramp. And now the GEICO Skytypers returning to Earth. 1 is down, 2 is in close trail. Now let's watch. 1 is going to keep the power up and go long as not to pollute the runway out there. You can see Steve Kapoor sitting in the back seat of the #1 aircraft. When these guys are skytyping messages out across the sky, Steve operates the computer at the back of the #1 airplane, which sends a signal and emits a little puff of smoke. They type like an old-style dot matrix printer and print out these gigantic messages all across the sky. You've probably seen them. Flying at various events and various, I think one of the coolest things they did this year, if I remember right, was they typed the entire number for pi across the sky, the 3.14-, whatever it was, all across the sky here in Austin, Texas. GEICO Skytypers, terrific group. And our thanks to them for being here today. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, your United States Marine Corps MV-22 Osprey.